We have traditional offices fully furnished, who are fenced as well. Mpumalanga is number one in all provinces in terms of delivering services to traditional leadership. Therefore, it's not surprising when all Amakosi are here in their large numbers, from the 3 districts, even one from Mozambique, who came here to also say, we heard that the giant has fallen, the Messiah, the one and only. We are pleading as traditional leadership because in his tenure as the Deputy President of the country, he did something that was not done by any other Deputy President of this country, where he visited all traditional leaders in all provinces to go and listen to whatever challenge that we might have. He collected all those information and promised all of us to say, I'm taking this to the President and the Cabinet. They will make sure that they prioritize all those needs. Among others, he said there will be those that will be short-term, some will be medium-term, some will be long-term. Those our politicians are using low-hanging fruits. We benefited as Amakosi in the province and Amakosi in the whole country. We're also looking forward to benefiting from Honorable David Mabuza, our former Deputy President. Therefore, we came here as traditional leadership to say to the family, you are not alone, we are with you. We are hopeful that if he was still alive, he was going to influence whatever decision in our government, that whatever that he got from us, it be delivered to traditional leaders. Therefore, we are saying, as Amakosi in the country, as Contralesa, may his soul rest in peace. He will be sorely missed. A person who was not selfish, who assisted many people. There are many people in our villages who benefited because when he visits a particular family, when he left there, he will give instruction to that particular department to say, when I come here next time, I want to see change in this family. Therefore, we are saying we'll miss David Mabuza, but as I said, may his soul rest in peace.
And Khoshi Mulukumloto here from ENCA, when you say this is someone who was not selfish, how then do we separate the official duties and responsibilities that he had as a leader and the part that you say he was selfless? More like people would say, should we praise fish for swimming?
Leadership, I said to you, in all the provinces in the country, we are the only province that when we said Amakosi need this, he was able to deliver on the spot. Therefore, he was doing that as a premier. There were many premiers in this country. As I'm talking to you now, the kings and queens and traditional leaders are complaining because they're not getting the same service as we're getting here in Mpumalanga. We've got 2 kings in Mpumalanga. As I'm talking to you, they've provided them with tools of trade in terms of vehicles, not only to the king, but also to the queens. Now, the question is, if Mpumalanga can do that, why can't other provinces do that? Why can't they do it as well as other provinces? Therefore, he was not doing that because he had to do it. What about other provinces, those premiers? We're very happy because the current premier as well, he said, I'm not going to renege on all those commitments that were made by my predecessor. Therefore, he's continuing where those other premiers left off. So as Amakosi in Mpumalanga, we are excited, we are happy. But we are not happy by the conduct of our national government because they're dragging their feet. I'm happy to say we're so happy one day to see the president when he was opening the National House. We knew that they will only see him again next year when he opened the National House. But not with our current leadership here. The current premier is visiting all of us. He also delivered on many things. But I'm not here about our current premier. We're here about our former deputy president. Therefore, Mrenak, even though giving a long-winded answer, but the answer is other provinces. Nothing stops them from doing what the former deputy president was doing, the former premier was doing.
And Hoshi, I'm grateful that you gave that response. But let's talk about the fact that traditional leaders generally are unhappy about what you term as exclusion from the affairs of government. Maybe if you can outline particularly key pertinent roles that you think as Magoshi ought to be playing and government is sidelining you on.
I'm speaking here as the president of Contralesa, and I'm here in Mpumalanga. Fortunately, we had a meeting 4 weeks ago with the Premier and all his MECs, where one by one they have to commit what is it that they're going to do to traditional leaders here in the province. Yes, among other things, we agreed that we are not entirely happy that in the municipality, traditional leaders don't have voting rights. We are there as zombies. And we agreed with our provincial government that that must change. All need to do, they cannot change by the province here. It must be changed by the national government, where that legislation, the Systems Act, the Structures Act, had to be amended to accommodate traditional leaders as well, to play a meaningful role in the municipality. What made matters worse as well, coming from national, not from the province.
All right, so those are live visuals coming through from Barberton.